Hey, you guys, you may have heard about an article that came out in the LA Times this summer about these pesticides that were found in California weed. When I first came across this article, I ignored it because I buy my weed from a dispensary and I don't smoke the buds. I smoke the vape pens, the cartridges, and they're tested and they're certified and all that. But guess what? Those have all the crap in it too. And not just pesticides banned in the US. I mean, not just pesticides that are banned in the US for years. Pesticides that are used like in other countries that are banned in the US, like bad stuff, so bad that the people testing for pesticides in all of the weed in California are not even testing for these. And I came across this watching California Insider where one of the sheriffs went into it. Now, also, come to find out that the certification labs that do the testing are just as crooked as the ratings agencies were when they were rating mortgage-backed securities. They were giving everything a pass just so they could get paid. So I came across this a few days ago, and I'm like, oh my God, I threw away all my wheat pens. I have like a collection. It's like a fun little thing. I threw everything out. There were like 10 of them, even though I just smoke at bedtime. And I thought, I have to figure out if there's a safe way to smoke. So I Googled all this, and I came on YouTube across a video, which I'm going to link this in the description, as well as the LA Times article. The LA Times article is behind a paywall, but you can read about it on Reddit. And I came across the one safe company that you can trust. One, Raw Garden. And I watched the owner, Thomas, I don't even know his last name, in this interview, and I can tell this guy's heart is in it. Not only was he introduced by his guests as the only single source distillate company in California, that means they grow it and they make it. So there are no middlemen in between. He also started out thanking his team, and he also talked about how his dad was a farmer, his grandparents were farmers, and they were poor farmers, but they were just devoted to farming. And his dad grew raisins for like the Sun-Made Raisin Company, or those little raisin things in the little red boxes. So he was working around pesticides and working around farms. But all of his family told him, do not be a farmer. It's a really hard life, and it is, you guys. So he went to Thomas, the owner of Raw Gardens. He went to school to get his bachelor's, and he went into the car business, and it wasn't going well. And then he started growing weed upon the recommendation of his friend. He and his dad had a couple lights. They grew it in the basement. Then they moved into a detached garage, then into a small warehouse. And they're green, clean, certified. And you can just tell, I can just tell listening to this gentleman, that his heart is in farming, and that he's an honest person who actually cares about making a good product. And this is what's really hard to find anymore when you get to like these corporate farms or people who just got into it for the money. Like this person grew up on the land, he grew up on the farm, and his heart is really in it. And so I went to my local dispensary and I bought some Raw Garden products from them, the vape cartridges. And the one I'd used before, Stizzy, is one of the worst. So bad. I mean, these chemicals are like super, super bad. I don't even remember what they all do to you. Like dangerous. And they're in there. And the gentleman at the dispensary at Marsh and Ash, where I go, he did say that starting later this year, that the testing companies are going to start to be certified and supervised. Right now, the testing companies in California that are supposed to test the weed for purity, they're not certified, or they can just say, oh, I'm a testing company, this is pure. Did you know this? So I am here to give a big shout out to Raw Garden. By the way, since I'm a person who's really into my exercise and my breathing and my lung capacity, I will not I don't smoke the flower because it's really hard on my lungs. And even after one time of smoking, even from a bong, it's hard for me to get a deep breath. But with the vape pens, I don't have any of that at all. I think it's super clean. But again, if there are pesticides in it, we just don't know. Now, I will be back in the comments if any of you find anything that's incorrect about what I'm saying, or you have other brands that you know are green, clean, certified. Please drop it in the comments. I think it's so important for us to run our businesses caring about our customers. Okay? And all these people that got into it for money, fuck them. I hope they all go out of business and they get sued. Like Stizzy and Crew, and I don't remember all the brands. I hope they get sued for, but they probably didn't even break any laws. I don't know, but they should not be using these. You know how they found out? The state found out about these illegal chemicals is for years they were going around through the fields and they were overlooking these big containers with these cross skulls on them. And one day, one of the guys that was going through the fields was like, I wonder what that is. It was all in Mandarin or Chinese. And they translate it, and they're like, oh my God, this is like some major, deep, bad stuff. And we're not even testing for it because it's not even legal in this country. That's how evil some of these people are. Just like the drug companies, just like Big Pharma. That's why it's really good to buy things from people who actually care about their customer and who care about the product that they make, organic and for the people. So I'm pretty excited that I finally found out about this, and I will be back for the comments, and thank you for watching my video.